Yeah, I think we already got good content going. I say we just start it up.
Okay.
Jake doesn't seem sold.
Jake's got movie matters to get to, so
You guys just lead the way, and I'll put in my my normal color
we're
commentary,
just
and we should be all
jumbling
set.
around today.
Basically, every episode we've ever done explained right there, Jake.
Mhm.
Yeah. A podcast about bourbon and the ones who drink it. This is Bourbon Matters. Welcome to Bourbon Matters. I'm Jake.
I'm Dan.
And I'm Gold Eagle Jake.
And I don't know what we're talking about.
We don't either, but I've got a new location. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, look at this.
Yeah.
There's actually good light.
As long as we finish by 8:30, there'll be good light.
Yeah.
Good thing Jake R was only 45 minutes late to recording.
Yeah,
I was not
anything
in
to
the
say.
summertime. He
I
was 20
like
minutes
15.
late.
I like it because I
He
can
was-
actually see your face, and there's
He
actually
was starting
light.
his other. All right, come on, it's not that bad. Like it gets bad near the end of the episode when the sun sets, but it's not that bad.
Your wife complained on social.
Yeah, well, she likes to give me shit.
Everyone kind of does. I like
But-
it though. I like the tater
Anyway.
barrel lid in the back.
I had to put that up. Had to please the taters. And I got to show you my cat while he's snoozing.
Oh man,
Mm-hmm.
he drink all the small bottles of whiskey on your
He
table
drank
there.
all those small bottles. I was tasting
That's why
some
he's
barrel
snoozing.
pick samples before this, but yeah, got a nice
Oh,
little
the
cigar.
flags out front. I love it.
Flags out front.
That's right.
Nice little cigar lounge screen room here. Planning to record here for the rest of the summer.
I like the stone wall is a nice little touch too.
Mm-hmm. You got to come over. And now I just learned that Kevin from Beautiful in the Dam lives 10 minutes from me. So
Oh yeah, nice.
He
I'll
moved
tell him
to Barrington.
Yeah, he moved. Yeah, he's like,
Don't
He hit me up.
disclose the location.
Yeah, Barrington. It's going to be super easy.
I
to
mean,
just randomly
Barring-
find.
Barrington is
Yeah.
30 minutes from one end of Barrington to the other
Yeah.
end. So
And,
You're not gonna disclose any
He didn't say if it was
locations.
like Barrington or Port Barrington or Lake Barrington.
Lake Barrington,
or-
North Barrington, South
Yeah.
Barrington.
Yeah.
Barrington's massive. But yeah, so he randomly hit me up a couple weeks ago. I think I told you guys over text, but he's like, hey, we got to catch up. It's been a while. By the way, I moved to Barrington. And I was like, wait, I just moved to Barrington. So
I'm just guessing, and not a knock on you, Jake. I'm guessing he lives in a different part of Barrington than you live.
I mean, I don't want to disclose too much, but it kind of threw me off a little
Okay.
bit on where he.
All right.
You gotta come.
I'll
gotta
be down
come.
I'll be down in the winter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
He actually
That sounded like a threat.
we like we almost like totally
Maybe it
flipped.
was.
Like he wanted like walkability
Mm-hmm.
and like more, in town, and I wanted like secluded and a little bit more land.
Mhm.
So we kind of like totally flipped where we're at, and then I'm gonna show. Just look at this guy.
He's out.
Yeah.
He's out.
All of you on YouTube, if you're not on YouTube, just go look at it. He's.
We're gonna have to start plugging your cat's social media now too.
We're gonna have to start at the end. Yeah, I'll plug it. Don't worry. Just
Got it.
remind me. All right, that's it.
Um,
I won't show him again.
So we are doing our next barrel pick, and we know some more information about it.
We do.
The poll winner, through the multiple polls and through comments and everything, is Maker's Mark. If you weren't aware of this, and this is the first time you're hearing it, that means you're probably not following us on social media. Because
Or you
even
don't
though,
listen to every episode.
well, I mean, the social media post would have been a giveaway. I did a very expensive excursion to be able to do that just for that post. If you didn't see it, I don't know how many people have announced Maker's Mark barrel picks when they're paragliding, but that's what I did.
I think you're the first.
I will say the only downside to it, and if you follow us or me and know my vacations, I like to do whiskey shooters in different random beautiful locations. I really wanted to do one as we were paragliding off of a mountain. The downside is they're regulated by the FAA, and since I was in the front, technically I am listed as the pilot, which means I couldn't drink mid-flight, even though we know a lot of pilots do. So that was the only downside
You
of
should
it.
have just done it.
I mean, what he could have done? He was behind me. If I just cracked the bottle and took a shooter down, like
Yeah, and then you post a
guess his
video and he
company-
loses his license, and
that's probably fair. He was a good
Mhm.
boss. I probably shouldn't have done that. But yeah, it's not like he could have stopped me. He had to keep his hands in the frickin' parachute.
Just pay
But
the $100 FAA fine, and you're fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm sure. I'm sure it's $100.
it's only
because
$100
drinking while
bucks.
flying.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's all it is. Yeah. But no, it was a hell of an experience. It's fun to jump off the side of a mountain and just kind of hold your breath for a second. But we announced our pick, and we said that if we went with Makers, we might have an exciting opportunity for people. So I guess we might as well kind of discuss that now, right? So
sure.
Jake, why is it kind of different for a Makers? We talked about it a little bit, just kind of as a recap. Why are we looking at a little bit bigger of a group for Maker's Mark barrel?
Well, there's a couple different reasons. I mean, for one, I say this all the time, and we have different businesses that come to us and want to do a barrel pick and have a good experience. Makers is the peak of experiences. This is by far the most fun, the most hands-on barrel pick experience that you can possibly imagine. We're creating our own blend of Maker's Mark using different stave finishes on Maker's Mark bourbon. And the way this program kind of came about, and Dan, this is kind of aimed at you here because you really want to taste your ambassador barrel at Maker's Mark, but rewind about 10-15 years ago, everybody, all the major distilleries are starting to offer barrel picks are starting to become popular. So Makers is sitting down, they're like, all right, well, we got to jump in on this this barrel pick game because it's starting to become a big thing. And they're sitting there and they go, well, how do we do that? Because we rotate all of our barrels and we have the science down so well that every barrel of Makers essentially tastes the same after 6 or 7 years in the barrel. So there's not really a fun way to do a barrel pick of Makers. You're going to get 4 samples and they're all going to taste very, very similar. So they came up with this idea of doing different types of oak, and there's like 5,000 or something different combinations that you can do. But so they take regular Makers and they finish it in 5 different types of oak, and you get to taste all 5 of those and then choose what proportions of that go into your blend. So as you can imagine, with thousands of combinations, it's a 4 to 5 hour long blending process that involves a ton of drinking, tasting, and tweaking. So most of the time, when you go into a barrel pick, you're getting 3 samples. Maybe if it's a really cool, fun distillery, you're getting to go drill into barrels and taste, up to 10 to 15 samples. But Makers is a full-on blending experience, and they do a great job taking care of you while you're there.
Yeah, and that's a pretty unique proposition, I think. Anyway, just getting to make your own blend. I don't know of any other distilleries that really let you do that, besides maybe Bacta, but
yeah, and creating something
Kentucky ones.
Right, creating something totally different than what you can buy anywhere. Like all of these blends of Maker's Mark taste so different from one another. We did the Alien and Predator blend a couple years ago with the Adventures Club, and they're one stave different on the two, and we did both of them at once just to kind of show people like how different the whole blend will be just by tweaking one piece of wood to a different type of piece of wood.
And then on top of it, so obviously normally you do a barrel pick, you get whatever juice is left in the barrel. Maker's Mark, you get a little more quantity since you're basically...
Yeah, so essentially the whole principle of Maker's Mark is based around Maker's Mark bourbon, and I got mad respect for them because they don't tweak the mash bill, they don't tweak the grains. The Star Hill Farm is wheat whiskey, and there's a reason why they didn't put Maker's Mark on that bottle, because they truly respect the history of Maker's Mark bourbon, and they don't want to change what Maker's Mark is. So all these distilleries coming out with multiple different labels, multiple different mash bills, Maker's Mark stayed true to their original recipe, and the only way to tweak that is by doing different types of finishes, different types of extended aging with the Maker's Mark Cellar series. They were the first ones to come out with a commercially available finished bourbon, which is Maker's Mark 46. So, sitting down and they're talking about, well, we can't really do barrel picks because they all taste the same. How do we differentiate this? Well, what if we use these different types of staves to let people blend and create their own version of Maker's Mark? So respect to them to sticking to the standard, the original recipe. It's been around, for I think about 80 years now, and just finding ways to appeal to different bourbon drinkers by doing different types of oak influence, rather than like changing the mash bill or changing the grains.
So my challenge to us is to do 0 French oak staves because our last pick was French oak.
So, here's what I do when we do makers picks. I mean, this is not only the most hands-on and most fun, but is the most challenging barrel pick. And real quickly, you can go from 0 to 100 and not be able to taste anything. So I make sure my groups, when we're doing a barrel pick of Maker's Mark, I make sure we're prepared and we have kind of a game plan going into it, which is why it's essential for us all to gather the night before. And I basically bring a bottle of every single Maker's Mark pick that I have. And we taste through them and we discuss and we try to figure out, all right, this one we really like, that one we really like, this one we don't care for. And we try to figure out a base. What wood staves are we going to lean heavily on? Because once you start getting in there and you start blending and you start tasting, it can go downhill in a good way very quickly.
Yeah. Especially with someone like Dan there.
I say, if you make this not fun for me, I'm going to hate you for the rest of my life. Which
it's going to be it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. But I am going to make you think.
Make it hell for you.
I am going to make you think and make you work the night before. That way, we all get kind of on the same page about what direction we want to go.
Okay, so that's one theory. Theory 2 is just get really drunk the night before, so my tolerance is super high the next day.
I mean, you do that every night anyway.
No. But because this is a unique experience, because listeners helped us want to do this barrel pick, we kind of said that there might be some interesting things that happen with this. We have decided we are going to be taking a group of 10 people to do this Maker's Mark barrel pick. There are 5 of us that do stuff with the podcast that have already taken seats, which means we have 5 seats left. We are doing this barrel pick on Friday, August 28th at Maker's Mark. southeast of Bardstown, Kentucky. If you are interested in doing this barrel pick with us, reach out to us. Either talk to Jake at the store, send us a message on social, send us a message on Facebook or whatever. Reach out to us. We will be picking 5 people that will be able to do this barrel pick with us. Now, what that means is you're going to have to do your own transportation and lodging down in the area. We're still figuring out our details. More than likely, Maker's Mark does pick us up, so more than likely we will have a place somewhere around Bardstown. Is kind of the initial thought. You guys are more than welcome to hang out with us the night before the barrel pick and do some of these tasting barrel picks that Jake just talked about. Friday, Maker's Mark will pick us up at our place in Bardstown or around Bardstown, wherever we're staying. They'll take us there, so you can hop on the bus with us to get to Maker's Mark. But if you guys want to come, if we get 5 people that are interested, we will reach out to us. We'll talk to you about the fine details. But if you are free the weekend of starting Friday, August 28th, and want to do the barrel pick with us, let us know. There will be a stipulation because Maker's Mark does yield a lot more volume, that you will be required to pre-purchase some bottles, which we will have more information on that as well. But at the same point, this is a barrel pick that not a lot of just people that aren't in liquor stores get a chance to really ever go and do a barrel pick, let alone something that's run like Maker's Mark. So if you are interested, again, it's going to be, I think it's noon on August 28th. Friday, August 28th is when we'll be doing our barrel pick. If you're interested, reach out. We can give you more details on it. Once we get 5 people that are secure, locked in, and are going to pre-purchase some bottles, we'll be all set for a fun adventure down in Kentucky at the end of summer.
Yeah, definitely plan on getting down there Thursday too. You got to get down there Thursday. And I'm no promises, but I'm gonna try and set up some other things, some other tastings and tours at some other distilleries. So if you get down there by Thursday afternoon, plan on doing a couple things, Bardstown area, and then it's gonna be a good weekend.
Yeah, we'll go to Bardstown Bourbon Company, listen to Dan bitch and moan the whole time. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm. I ain't going to Bardstown. I'll have my own vehicle. So simple solution.
Go to the bar at Willett, eat some phenomenal food.
That's one I missed last time too. I'm trying to put a list of.
If you got to hit up Willett, if you haven't been to Willett, the restaurant bar is the best.
They
in
were
Kentucky.
Like closed on a Saturday. It was kind of lame.
Really? Normally they do like Smash Burger Saturday.
It was like 9:00, wasn't it? We were like the first tour at Woodford, so.
Oh yeah, we were.
Maybe they didn't open until later.
I did get my very expensive glass Woodford. This is what you can do, a pour of Woodford Baccarat for like $100, and it comes in like a fancy glass cup. You get to keep it. It's $100 for a pour.
They also have a $65 old fashioned with Woodford double oak.
Or I could just chew on a piece of wood.
Yeah, that doesn't sound.
No, you need some sweeteners in Woodford double to take down the oak.
All right, so Maker's Mark barrel pick. Again, reach out to us. It's going to be Friday, August 28th. We'll keep on talking about it a little bit, but we do have 5 seats available.
Yeah, make sure you reach out. Either talk to Jake at the store, use our Bourbon Matters Instagram account, or Bourbon Matters email, bourbonmatters@gmail.com, if you're interested in going to Makers for the pick.
And Jake, before we'll have it set up where you'll be able to order it online or something beforehand for the bottles to buy, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Jake wants cash up front at the distillery.
Don't need to give us notice if you're giving Jake cash. Jake will definitely not just hoard it and lie about it.
Notice how we didn't say a minimum. We just said you have to buy some. So whoever is buying the most. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Put a bid out there. How many bottles do you want to buy?
Yeah. No, this is an auction.
Yeah.
No, but for real, I mean, we're not trying to. You will get a discount off of what we're going to retail them for. We're not trying to make money off this. We're just trying to get rid of a little bit of inventory. And at the same time, if you get to be a part of this experience, if you get to go down to Maker's Mark and create your own blend of Maker's Mark, that's, like Dan said, that's not something a lot of people get to do. You're gonna want some bottles. They're perfect Christmas gifts. Whatever, like something to look back on and drink for the rest of your life and be like, wow, I was a part of this blend at Maker's Mark, and share with people. So it's a cool experience. If you want to do it, we're excited to have you. Obviously space is just a little limited, so make sure you reach out and just give me cash. Just kidding.
Because what if you wanted to go do a Maker's Mark barrel pick yourself, you're looking at probably about a $15,000.
Yeah, you're looking at $15,000, and you need a liquor store to run it through. You can't just go and buy directly from Makers, and you will get a discounted price off of the retail, and we're only going to charge you for the bottles. There's no additional costs. But like we said, you're on your own for transportation and lodging. But Makers they'll treat us right. They'll do a VIP tour, let us taste some special things. They'll probably take us out to dinner. So you'll get the whole experience just by committing to purchasing some bottles.
Yeah. I'm excited because this is, the only two of the big six that we didn't get to hit our first time to Kentucky were Wild Turkey and Maker's Mark. So,
oh my God, Maker's Mark is gorgeous.
I'm glad we're going to get to go to Maker's.
I think it's Castle and Key and Makers are my two favorite distilleries to go visit.
Well, speaking of visiting distilleries, Jake, you've been down there quite a bit already. This is why we didn't do it earlier in the year. That's why we kind of pushed it back to late August. So what's been going on down in Kentucky recently?
So I did the last 2 weekends in a row. I was in Kentucky, which, it was a lot of fun, but a lot of hard work. But we did, for me, it is work. But we did get to, there's a couple of things that stood out. So one, we went down for our annual Peerless trip with the Adventures Club, and we picked some phenomenal Peerless barrels. We picked 3 barrels, 2 9.5 years, 1 rye, 1 bourbon, and a 5-year. And what's interesting about the 5-year is it's going to be one of the first things bottled from their new Rickhouse site, which is like middle of nowhere, kind of like in between Louisville and Lexington, Kentucky. So this is a taste of Peerless that nobody has ever really tasted before, because most of their stuff is aged right there in Louisville, right along the river. So you get a little bit of a cooler climate. You get, I don't want to say pollution, but you get all the hustle and bustle of the city right there. This is straight out in the country, nothing around it. Rickhouses that heat up to 130 degrees in the summertime. And I kid you not, we had a 5-year Peerless bourbon next to a 9.5-year Peerless bourbon, and those were the top 2 out of 6 that we tasted for our barrel pick. And we were going back and forth arguing which was better, and then he told us one was 9 years, one was 5-year. Everybody thought the 5-year was the 9-year. Tasted so much older. Both had so much deep oak and complexity to it. Definitely keep an eye out for these Peerless picks. Now that their stuff is getting older and they're starting to tweak things and figure things out, it doesn't get much better than this. And we got to taste them next to their 10-year that's getting a lot of hype that they just released. And the barrel picks, not just from us, but from the Peerless gift shop and other stores, I think blow away the Peerless 10-year.
Yeah, I mean that's like consistently the case. I think with Peerless, where like the single barrels are really like the flagship product for them, rather than their like normal everyday, bourbon and rye on the shelf. Like,
yeah, and I think that's a pattern with a lot of these distilleries that are putting more effort into distillation rather than mass producing and going for the big age statements. Like there's a lot to be said about longer fermentation times, using sweet mash, using better quality grains, than just column distilling 100 barrels a day and letting it age out. But I totally agree. Peerless single barrels are unreal compared to their standard shelf products.
Yeah, the Sweet Mesquite Rye is still one of my favorite rye picks of all time.
Well, we got a Cosmic Brownie Rye 9.5 nice. Year on the way.
How much that pot do you smoke before you name a
bottle? None.
Okay, that just sounds like something you'd be sitting token of.
Cosmic. I mean, we drink a lot of whiskey.
Is, right? I know it. Yes, it's the little fudge bars with the little colored jimmies on the top.
This thing, we had 6 samples in front of us of rye within 5 minutes. So Peerless is fun because they let us double blind and triple blind. So we usually pick 3, and then we blind them, and then we narrow it down to 2, and then we blind them again. And for this rye pick, we had 6 samples in front of us within 5 minutes. People were just looking around like, okay, one of these is not like the others. And we were like, on the count of 3, everybody vote for what your top favorite is. Every single person in the room, except for one, and this is 9 out of 10 people, picked this single barrel that we named Cosmic Brownie.
Did you kill the 10th?
Yeah. Okay. They're never invited back
10th,
on a pick.
The 10th wasn't a rye guy like you.
Oh, it actually wasn't. Actually, wasn't a rye guy. Came out and was like, "Yeah, I don't really like rye." But this, which is shocking because it tastes like a fudgy brownie, chocolate, oak, complex, sweet. This was a straight up fudge brownie in a glass, and it's also the second highest proof that they've ever bottled, and the first highest was our rye pick of last year.
Oh, nice.
I just want to say that you use Cosmic Brownie and complex flavor in the same sentence. And that's
because you get the fruit from the little pebbles on top, and then you get all the fudge and oak.
They aren't fruit; they're just sugary.
Dan, they're different colors. They're obviously different flavors.
Blueberry,
sprinkles,
strawberry.
No, they aren't.
Snozberry.
You guys are the biggest idiots. Jesus.
You don't get a bottle, Dan.
Everyone knows the brown M&Ms don't taste as good as all the other ones.
True.
Wow.
So, Peerless, always a good time.
Thank you, Jake. Thank you.
Always a great pick. Keep an eye out for those. We also, something to point out, went to Old Commonwealth Distillery. Have you guys heard of Old Commonwealth?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Have you heard of Kentucky Nectar?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So that's the only product that they've released so far is Kentucky Nectar.
Yeah.
So we picked a barrel of Kentucky Nectar. It's a honey finished bourbon. What's cool about Kentucky Nectar is so for one, it's a true single barrel. Like every honey finished bourbon is, they blend bourbon into a cask that held honey and they finish it in there. Kentucky Nectar is a true single barrel. They select barrels that they think will go well into a honey barrel, and they're putting honey into new charred oak bourbon barrels. So it's not like they're taking. So we asked them, "Are you guys going to sell your honey that you're making?" And they said probably not because it doesn't taste good. When you put honey into when you put honey into new charred oak, it just tastes like char and like wood. and that's not like honey tastes good when it goes into an ex-bourbon barrel because you get all that sweetness from the bourbon, but this honey just tastes like char. So it's a premium product. It's $100 for a honey finished bourbon, which is definitely on the high end for a honey finish. But you're getting a better bourbon that goes into the barrel, and you're getting a barrel that held honey just for the influence of the honey and not vice versa, where people are aging honey with the influence of the bourbon. Dan, you look confused.
No, sorry, I was looking at something else really quick that we'll talk about later because Jake didn't do any of his job, and I just saw something that maybe we should talk about something here in a little bit.
Nice. So yeah, we picked a Kentucky Nectar. We'll get to it. Don't worry. It's if you like honey cask bourbon, I think this is as good as it gets. You can taste the bourbon more than you can taste the honey, and it just kind of influences it. We also picked something called Red Top Rye, which is not released yet, and it won't be until the fall. But it's a 7-year hazmat 141 proof rye single barrel that is going to retail under $100. And nobody in the room thought it tasted anywhere near a hazmat. They didn't tell us the proof until after we picked it.
That's all their own distillate? They're not sourcing?
No, so they are going to distill, but this is all sourced. They have a really cool property right along the river, kind of over by Wild Turkey. It's off the beaten path, and it's a site. I don't know the exact correlation, but it is like Julian Van Winkle used to distill on this property. Because the guy that we were with who started the distillery, it's right along a river, and they put in this flood wall like a week before all that flooding hit Kentucky.
Oh, yeah.
And cool little story, he was like, oh, I'm not going to spend this money on a flood wall. Like that just seems like a waste. And his investors convinced him to do it. And literally 6 days later, all that flooding hit. And he would have been totally underwater. And Julian Van Winkle texted him when all that flooding hit and said, hey, like, how's the distillery? Like, we used to flood like crazy there all the time. So, and they didn't get any flooding from that because of that flood wall. But it was the whole building is like totally under construction, like no drywall or anything yet. It was all studs. So we got to walk through that and see what it's going to become. There's a cool tie to the Twisted Spoke in Chicago. If you guys know the Twisted Spoke.
I do not.
No?
No.
Well, I'm sure most of our listeners do. I mean, guys, back me up here in the comments. It's a famous whiskey bar. They did they did Van Winkle picks 20 30 years ago.
By like the United Center?
Yeah, right by the United Center. But they closed last year. So, you know, they're kind of known for like getting into bourbon before anyone else, any other bar or restaurant did. They did Van Winkle picks. And they came out with their own bourbon, which was Twisted Spoke 16-year, which was Stitzelweller juice. And now Old Commonwealth is basically buying all these old labels that don't exist, and they're recreating them. So they bought the Twisted Spoke label. They're going to be recreating that at some point, and they got in contact with the owner of Twisted Spoke and obtained their sign, which is like 15 feet long, 5 feet tall, and they're going to put it up at the distillery in Kentucky, which is a pretty cool tie to Chicago.
Nice.
So, yeah, that is my quick little spiel on Old Commonwealth. I think they're going to be the next hyped up thing that everybody is chasing after. Just give them like 6-8 months while they get their feet up on the ground and start releasing some stuff.
Cool. Yeah, I'm excited to try that rye for sure.
The rye's insane. It doesn't taste like a standard rye.
I'm gonna give my quick plug to
this bad boy.
Well, I was gonna say, speaking of insane rise, I was just scrolling through some stuff, um, and I saw a label, but I noticed it's the rye and not the Oaxacan. Ascot Award medals came out last week, and Whiskey Acres rye is on the double platinum list.
Oh, nice.
The straight rye, not even the bib rye. So, one of the top barrel, or one of the top bottles, according to Fred Minnick, if you like Fred Minnick.
I did see that those came out, and I chose to ignore it.
So the way, because you got to pay a crap ton of money for this in San Francisco. Like, I think it's like, last time I did it, it was around $300 to submit a bottle. Plus, you got to send the bottle and ship the bottle and everything else.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not cheap. So, like, I know Whiskey Acres every year, like, one year they'll do straights, and then the next year they'll do bibs, and they'll alternate it so you're not sending in 10 SKUs and spend thousands upon thousands of dollars just to enter your whiskey to a competition. I didn't see the Oaxacan in this, which makes sense because they wouldn't have had it ready when they had to send in, because these normally have to be sent in December. But they're straight rye on double platinum from Minnick. So for $55, I would say worth it to get it at Gold Eagle or down at the distillery. So that was pretty cool to see. We didn't get a double plat when I was there. We had a double gold from San Fran. So,
also, shout out to Pat. Stopped by the other day.
Pat stopped by?
Yeah, we talked about you.
Probably all good things.
I'm sure.
I love that Pat listens. I still talk to Pat. I've actually just been texting him right now.
I got to try the new cigar batch, which is, I think, even better than last year.
Nice.
Get more of that oak influence and a little less of the wine barrel influence.
Yeah, I know. I know Rob had, in typical Rob fashion, nitpicked the last batch to death and made a lot of changes for this year.
Mm-hmm. No, it's really, really good.
So that's coming out here real soon.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get it next week. So this week when the episode airs. But also, I got to try the red, white, and blue, the America's 250th. That's really good.
I love that bottle with the field getting plowed in by the disc.
Yeah.
So fun stuff. Yeah, they're using the white bottle that they use for maple bourbon cream. I believe their maple bourbon cream was actually on the Platinum Award winners. I saw that as gold 3 for Ascot.
That's cool.
So
I asked them too if you were lying when you said that we could do a Oaxacan pick.
He said,
"What did he say?"
he said he's got us. He said next year they're gonna have some barrels of Oaxacan, and we can be one of the first stores to do a Oaxacan pick. So hope you're listening, Pat. And
yeah,
that remains.
It's on record now.
Because even if he didn't tell you, now it's on record, and he's going to seem like a dirty, dirty liar.
It is on record.
He kind of is a dirty, dirty liar.
Oh, he also said we can do an America's 250th and blue popcorn pick before anyone else.
Well, that's going to be tough because this is the two. It had to be 250 first.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. Just the Oaxacan. We'll be happy with that.
Yeah, I'm like super happy.
I
with
thought
this one.
I think
it's so tasty.
I love it. Like, I think it tastes, better than Bloody Butcher blue popcorn.
It's been a while since I had the glass gem, but this is my favorite of the like artisan corns.
Well, and we also tried the glass gem like when it was very young and in its experimental stage.
No, I mean when they had what was
I've
it,
got a
few
mini
years ago
bottle of it in the
Nick
basement
did his
that
first
I
ever
should probably
master
try.
class.
Yeah,
but usually, the first releases are like stretching to just kind of get out a feel of what it's going to be.
Yeah, they were younger, but they were also 25-gallon barrels. So.
Yeah, when we tried the Oaxacan, I mean, you gave us samples of the Oaxacan a couple of years ago, and it was good, but it wasn't as good as it is right now.
Yeah, it would have been a little right around 4 years then. It was over 5.
Yeah, I mean, after we tried that, pull from the barrel, I was like super excited about it because it was good then. But yeah, it's for sure even better now.
I still haven't opened my bottle because I feel like I want to get some more pictures with it, but it's getting harder and harder to walk by that bottle every day and not try it because I haven't tried it in over a year, and the last time I tried it was straight out of the barrel. So.
Why don't you try it right now?
Because I don't want to get up and walk out and get it because I still got. I'm trying to kill off this Green River.
Go try it right now. Tell us what you
You
think.
told me to leave the podcast so you can talk crap about me.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's a good idea, but
no, we'll do that next time. We'll do that next.
All right, next episode, fresh crack, Oaxacan for Dan.
Yeah, no. Other than that, I mean, there hasn't been a ton of whiskey news.
No.
What I read the other day, Brown-Forman actually had better sales than they thought they were going to have for the last
Convenient.
quarter. But they had better sales, but less profit. So not where you really want to be.
Okay. Interesting.
And I should have looked it up. I thought I heard. Yeah, I can't remember. I don't know. Pull that up. But no. I mean, I think we just kind of make this a little bit of a shorter episode. I think the biggest thing is going to be that barrel pick for makers.
Yep.
So if you're interested, again, you're going to want to reach out to us, either bourbonmatters@gmail.com or send a message on socials or whatever. We're looking we have 5 seats available for this. That'll give us a total of 10. So we'll talk through the details, but it's August 28th. You have to get your own transportation down to, let's call it Bardstown area. We'll have more details on that to come.
And if you need help on transportation, reach out to me. I can give you some good guidance on airports or driving in hotels.
Yeah, that'll be the biggest thing is you'll want to be down Thursday. Barrel pick is Friday at noon, and just we'll have a bus back to wherever we're staying at. We'll get our shit together and have a little better details on that as soon as we can. But if you get to where we're staying at in Bardstown, you'll get to and from the distillery without a problem.
Well, we can also the bus can probably go to a couple hotels and then come to us. Yeah. So as long as you're within the area, they usually just rent the bus for the day, and that's that.
But it'll be a fun time. Give some people a good chance to do a barrel pick. Unfortunately, you're stuck with Jake R for this trip because he'll be there. But
hey, I might make T-shirts again, so don't shit talk me.
Ooh, T-shirts.
Kind of my thought too. No,
fuck you. You liked the T-shirts last time.
I'm only giving you shit because Dan's reaction, like, that's what he was wanting to say.
Yeah. Basically, I mean, who doesn't like a free Gildan $5 T-shirt?
I did not pick Gildan. They were nicer than that.
But so yeah, let us know on that. If you want to try out some other Maker's Mark barrel picks, Jake, where can people find some good Maker's barrel picks as well as other barrel picks? Do you even have any Maker's barrel picks?
I was going to say it's a good transition. We're down to the last 1 or 2 cases of our Maker's barrel picks, which is why this is super fitting. But if you don't have our Alien and Predator picks, you absolutely should pick them up. It's a great way to just see how one stave different in the final combination completely changes the overall flavor of the whiskey. The Predator pick is definitely more spice forward. The Alien pick is definitely more chocolate forward. And yeah, make sure follow us on social media, Instagram at Gold Eagle Wine, Facebook at Gold Eagle Spirits. You can buy these bottles at goldeaglewine.com or come visit us at 255 Peterson Road in Libertyville.
Awesome. And Jake, we mentioned it. We'll put some notifications out on social as well, unless we have a decent amount of people that respond after hearing this episode. But where can people follow us? Where can people see what we're doing? Things like that. And where can people see me paragliding over top of a mountain in Utah and holding a bottle of Maker's Mark?
Yeah, you can see Dan doing exactly that on Facebook or Instagram. Just look for Bourbon Matters. You can DM us on Instagram or Facebook if you are interested in joining us for the barrel pick, or shoot us an email at bourbonmatters@gmail.com. Listen to us on Spotify, Apple, Google. Watch us on Spotify or YouTube. Like, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff.
All right, guys. Well, we will see some of you down in Kentucky in a couple of months.
Whoop.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm sure we'll have
guys.
more to talk about
Yeah.
coming up too. But
Yeah. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.